Every time I travel, I have the same problem. How to bring as much gear as possible and how to carry it all by myself as comfortably as possible. When I'm at home or on vacation or when I'm on the road for a project, I always want to have as much of my gear as possible with me. What if I have an idea for a short film or a YouTube video? What if I ran in a possible guest for my podcast? Over the years, I went through a lot of different sets of gear, bags, and packing concepts. Now with my YouTube channel, things haven't gotten easier. So let me tell you about the changes I made in the past 6 months, and maybe I can inspire you. Or maybe you can give me feedback on how I can optimize my traveling. In January, I was still packing the way I packed the past 12 months. 2 carry-on backpacks with all my LEICA gear in it. I will never check a bag with LEICA gear in it, because airlines won't vouch for it. I had arguments during check-in when my carry-on was too heavy, but then I told them what's in the bag and they told me I should carry it on. They won't vouch for it if I'm checking it. So mostly when you talk to the airlines, they understand and they're happy when you take the bag and you vouch for it even though it's too heavy. At least this is my experience up to this point. My concept in January was to have 2 backpacks. One was a Lowepro AW 450. I had that backpack for years and years. It's a very solid, very light when it's empty, very light backpack. It's very stable. You can fill it up unbelievably. I carried on heavy weights with that bag when I'm traveling or also when I'm on location shooting. Sometimes it's so heavy that I think it's an overload. The problem with that bag is that the shoulder straps, if it's heavy, they're not very comfortable. But for my traveling, it was not that heavy, so I could easily carry it on my back, and this was not actually a problem. Then I started to have a second bag because I got more lenses. The second bag is a smaller bag. It's a Bevisgear backpack or one-strap bag. It's this strange, you can change the function bag. I supported that Kickstarter project and I actually like the bag, but I never use it for what's it for. The good thing about that bag, it is very stable. You can put lenses in there and cameras and they're very well protected. I am carrying the Lowepro on my back and the Bevisgear on my front. It looks a little bit strange, but the good thing is the weight is leveled. So it's actually a very comfortable walk when you have to change planes or when you have to walk to a bus or something. It's very comfortable to move because you don't have all the weight on your shoulders and you don't have to carry it in your hands. You're very well leveled, and the best thing is your hands are free. So if you have like tickets and passports and everything, it's very comfortable. Sometimes you even can just put it up here and it's like a little table, and I very much started to like it, to travel with 2 backpacks and carry one in the front. Of course, I have all the batteries with everything I'm carrying on, with also the stuff I'm checking. You have to have the batteries in your handbag, you cannot check batteries anymore. This also adds to your weight of your carry-on. So I have the batteries on the back and the cameras and the lighter lenses on the front. I have my MacBook Pro in the back and I have my iPad in the front. And I also have my headphones in the front and my passport in the front, so it's very easy accessible when I need it. And when I enter the plane, I put the Lowepro in the overhead compartment and the small one I mostly have with me under the seat in front of me, so I have access to my headphones and sometimes even to a camera if I have like a nice view or something. On this year's NAB in Las Vegas, I came by the Nomadic booth and I could check out the Peter McKinnon, I don't know what's it called, the heavy bag from Peter McKinnon, the like can do everything bag. And it's huge. It feels very stable. When I looked at it for the first time, I had the feeling that even though it's empty, it's very heavy. So I thought, if I fill all that space I get with that bag, if I fill that up, I probably will never ever be able to carry it because it's so heavy. But then somehow I liked the material, I liked the haptic feel of it, and I really liked the whole concept with the very good protected camera compartment and the on-top compartment for your clothes and stuff, and that it has still the measurements that you can have it as a carry-on in a plane. So I got that bag. And I actually was able to put everything I had in the 2 bags, put it in just that 1 bag. It is then of course a little bit heavy, but it's very comfortable because those shoulder straps are phenomenal. I'm not the guy who goes to a workout and I'm not that well built. So for me, comfortable straps is something I very much appreciate. I actually now travel with just 1 bag and I have my iPad and my laptop in there. I have also, because I don't use the front compartment for clothes, I use the front compartment for my lighter stuff like AirPod Max or my Nintendo Switch. And with that bag now, I'm carrying my action cams with me as well. I have all my batteries in there. I have my 4 LEICA bodies in there. I have 4 M lenses and 2 SL lenses in there. And it's all stored very safely, and I feel very comfortable traveling with that bag. I still use my Bevisgear bag actually for my YouTube studio. I have my Panasonic camera in there. I have my Sony camera in there. I have my Sigma lenses in there. I have my Atomos Ninja in there. Because it's such a stable box, I can comfortably put that into my bag that I check. I actually do also pack several bags in my suitcase. I fill up with other bags or other gear. I have little Rimowa suitcases I bought in China a few years ago, and I use those for my hard drives and my cables and my filters, and I put all those in my Oberwerth bag, so it's double protected. I put my Oberwerth bag also in the protective bag, so it travels very securely. I have an Ona bag. In the Ona bag I have all my selfie sticks, and I have all my table tripods and the smaller stuff. And I also put that in my suitcase along with my Rodecaster 2 Pro and my 2 microphones, so I can do podcasts if I'm on the road. So I basically have 1 or 2 suitcases. Depends a little bit on how smart I pack or how heavy the suitcases can be. Depends on which airline and which class I'm flying. Sometimes you're limited to 24 kilos, then I mostly have 2 bags, or if I have more, if I can go to 32 kilos, I'm trying to travel with only 1 bag. As I'm talking here, I'm realizing I'm a bit of a freak, but hey, it's fun. And in the end, I bought all that gear to use it when I'm inspired and not to have it stored somewhere in the cellar or in a closet at home. First, if you travel internationally, make a list of your gear. Make a list of your gear you have in your carry-on. Make a list of your gear that you check. So if you run into customs problems, you can show them that you didn't buy it to bring it in the country and leave it there, so that you can show them that it's your gear and that you're taking with you again. In our days with cell phones and cloud and stuff, maybe it makes even sense to have your invoices on your iPhone or on your phone, on your device, whatever you have, so you can show them also that you bought it in your country and that you will take it with you when you leave. The second tip is, if you have expensive gear, you should have an insurance. I really think that makes sense. Insurance is expensive, I know. I struggle with that myself sometimes, but there are insurances where you can insure your gear against theft or against water or whatever can happen. And there are some that you can insure an amount of money, and you can tell them, I have, 5 cameras, 7 lenses, blah, 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 but I only want to insure like $25,000. And then if 1 camera gets stolen, you're covered. Or if you drop the body with a heavy lens on it and it's like $15,000 and that breaks, if you have an insurance for 2025, you're still good. I don't think, and I don't hope, that all of my gear will be stolen at once, or that I drop every bag and everything gets crushed or something. I don't think that's gonna happen. I'm also someone who never leaves stuff in the car. I always take it with me. I had like 25 years ago, I had somebody broke into my car and stole my laptop at the time, and it wasn't even visible from the outside, so it still got stolen. So every time I leave my car, I take everything with me. Those are the times where I'm thinking I should travel lighter, because, for example, when I have to get groceries and I have to carry my backpack with all my gear in it, those are the moments where I'm thinking I really am a freak. And the third tip is, put AirTags in your bags. And I mean that, put AirTags in every bag. And if you don't have the Apple ecosystem, buy Tiles or something else, just one of those trackers that are around. It makes total sense. In your carry-on and also in the bags you check. I had last year the problem that one of my checked bags somehow missed the flight and then was lost, and my friend didn't have an AirTag in his bag. I had an AirTag in my bag. I knew all the time where my bag is. I got my bag back very fast, and his bag, he got it back, but it took like weeks. So put AirTags in your bags. If you go out and take photos and you have like a small Ona bag, or if you have, I don't know, a Oberwerth bag or whatever, put an AirTag in there. I have AirTags in every of my bags. This is the way I travel. So if you have any input for me, please leave it in the comments. I'm also always interested in new bags. So if you have any bag inputs, please also leave them in the comments. If you like that video, please like and subscribe to help my channel grow. Thank you for watching. Stay curious.